Imagine a world where power isn't held by kings, armies, or priests, but something invisible. A number on a screen, a promise written on paper. That power is money. And though we treat it as natural as air, money is the most artificial invention in human history. It was not born, it was built. Long before Wall Street, long before the dollar or euro, the first bankers weren't men in suits, they were priests in temples. In ancient Mesopotamia, people didn't trade coins, they traded trust. Farmers stored grain, merchants borrowed it, and the temple recorded every promise on clay tablets. Money began not as metal, but as memory. Centuries later, when silver and gold appeared, money took physical form, but it was never truly about metal. It was about belief. The Spanish filled ships with silver from the mountains of Bolivia, believing they were carrying wealth. But silver alone wasn't wealth, it was a symbol. When too much of it flooded Europe, prices rose and value collapsed. The first global inflation, born not from scarcity, but abundance. Then came the Medici. Florence was not rich in gold, but in ideas. They turned numbers into power. They created double-entry bookkeeping, an invisible machine that turned every coin into data. Kings borrowed from them to wage wars. Popes borrowed to build cathedrals. In their ledgers, you could see the true empire of the Renaissance, not of territory, but of trust. The next revolution came from the Dutch. They realized that money could grow not by mining or conquering, but by lending. The Amsterdam Exchange became the world's first financial marketplace. There, for the first time, wealth could be multiplied with a pen. A citizen could invest in a voyage, never leave home, and still share in the spoils of the new world. Capitalism was born not from greed, but from imagination. And yet, every ascent has its shadow. The same system that created prosperity also created panic. Tulip bulbs, South Sea shares, railroad stocks, all became symbols of something deeper. Human belief turned feverish. Each bubble began with confidence, swelled with greed, and ended in fear. The lesson was always the same. Money grows on trust and dies when trust breaks. Today, our money no longer clinks or rusts. It flows silently through servers and networks, summoned by keystrokes. But nothing has changed. The invisible empire that began in temples and markets now lives in algorithms and credit systems. Money still rules because we still believe in it. And the moment we stop believing, the moment the numbers lose their meaning, the empire falls.